In today's video, we'll be attempting to find out exactly how flammable silly string really is, and possibly turning myself into a human torch in the process. Then I'm running some tests to find out if peeing on an electric fly swatter will really shock you, and if it does, I'll give it a shot. Plus more things you guys dared me to do in the comment section.
Crazy mother.
So I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen the warnings on the back of these silly string cans, and if you haven't, it says very clearly, do not get this anywhere near a flame or it will explode and kill everyone. And I really want to find out if that promise is going to hold up. I've even seen on America's Funniest Home Videos how people have gotten completely engulfed in flames by getting sprayed by silly string while they're in front of a birthday cake with like lit candles on it. And I believe that those videos are real, but I want to find out if that was some kind of a fluke or if these things can really be used as flamethrowers like the warning on the back promises. So I have a whole bunch of tea candles in front of me. I'm going to light them all, and then we're going to spray them with the silly string to just see what happens. I figure we'll run a few tests, and if everything works out great, then we'll keep pushing the limits until it doesn't. That being said, I'm going to get this thing going. Also, can we just talk about how I made an America's Funniest Home Videos reference? Not too proud of myself. This is really meant to replicate a birthday cake, but it kind of just looks like somebody died. Now, I'm just gonna simply spray some silly string on it and see what happens. You could use this as a fire extinguisher. Really impressed with how that did nothing. Let's just see if this stuff is at all flammable. Nope, not really. Under no circumstance am I getting this to burn at all. Yeah, when I place this up next to a candle, it just puts it right out. But that's not gonna be a problem because we have other accelerants here. And no matter what it takes, we're gonna get this silly string to catch on fire. Okay, so for this next part, it's gonna get actually kind of dangerous. Even though that didn't work out super well in our test run, what I'm gonna be doing here is lighting up all of these candles again, then I'm gonna be getting sprayed by several different cans of silly string, and it may light, even though it did not work well in our test, despite all the warnings and promises of giant flames, did not work in our test, but it still might work on the next run. I don't want to count it out just yet. It could be that we just got lucky. But even if it doesn't, we've got some flame retardant clothes. We've taken a whole lot of safety precautions. So I have to encourage you guys not to try this at home. There's a lot of safety stuff that happens behind the camera you guys don't get to see. You're only looking at one perspective of what's happening here. So keep that in mind. Don't do anything stupid at home. Not trying to get sued. That being said, I'm gonna go ahead and light these candles up. I kind of look like an extra from the movie 8 Mile. So I might combust in flames right now. I'm definitely still afraid a little bit. I have a notion that it's just not gonna work again, but that being said, we are gonna be using a little bit more of the silly string this time. All right, let's just get this over with. Hose me up. It's poisonous gas, holy shit. Okay. That didn't work. All right, I'm gonna relight some of these. We're gonna reload up on cans, and we're gonna keep this thing going. I'm gonna see how much silly string I can get on myself, and hopefully we don't knock out any more of these candles in the process. Okay, so we've got some of these candles relit. I'm still covered up with a lot of silly string, and we're ready to give it another go. All right, go. God, it's like poisonous gas. Oh, it smells terrible. So, as you can see, lighting silly string on fire is not as easy as you'd think. I'm sure you've seen some videos of people just combusting into flames, but as I sit here in front of you with fire and silly string all over me, I'm pretty confident this would never light. But we have one thing that can solve that. Oh no, I'm on fire! No, I'm on fire! I'm pretty chill though. I'm chill. No big deal. Just a little body fire. No big deal. What do we got on TV for tonight?
What's wrong with you?
What?
What?
It's just a little fire.
You're on fire again.
Ah! Okay, alright. That was enough of that. Okay. Don't do this at home, guys. Oh, God. You know, I gotta say, the scariest part of all this is whatever kind of poisonous gas comes off of this thing. As I was doing that, even still, it's just such a wretched odor all over the place. It was cool that I got myself to at least light on fire a little bit. And keep in mind, guys, this is a totally safe and controlled burn. I know it looks really dangerous as you're watching this at home, but trust me, we've got all the safety stuff figured out, so don't go try repeating it. That being said, I'm glad I survived, and now we're on to the next dare. So for this dare, I'm gonna be peeing on an electric fly swatter. But first, I wanted to test this thing out to see how much it would actually shock me. Because I have a suspicion that it's not actually gonna shock me at all. I don't think this is going to work. Maybe that's just me being naive or stupid, but... So to test it out first, what I'm gonna be doing is using this cup of water right here. I'm gonna put my fingers into the water and pour it on the electric fly swatter. And if it shocks my fingers while I'm pouring it, it'll give me a good idea if it's gonna shock me or not while I'm peeing on it. And I thought it would be a fun little test just to see beforehand how it works or if it works at all. Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, do you think this is gonna work? Before I do it, just leave it in the comment section. I'm betting that it's not gonna even shock me, but if it does, it does. We'll see. Did it already shorten out? It did not shock me, although you saw an electrical spark, but I didn't feel anything with my fingers. But maybe that's just because the water is only connected by 2 fingers, whereas if I'm pissing on it, it's gonna be more connected to everything else inside of me. I don't know. that sounds kind of dumb. But this test did not work. I did not get shocked. I've got several bug zappers here, so we're gonna try this thing out. I'm gonna use this one, which I have not used yet. It has not gotten wet. It's got brand new batteries in it. So if I shorted this one out in the process, it'll be okay. All right, now before I potentially burn my urethra shut, I'm gonna test this out one more time with some water. If it doesn't shock my hand, it leads me to believe that maybe I won't end up burning my urethra shut. We won't know until we give it a try. Okay. All right, I'm pretty confident. Ah, shit! Ah! Oh, okay. Oh! It works! That definitely works! Oh! Well guys, that's definitely a body mod I do not suggest that you try at home. To be honest, it does not work every time. The first time I tried it, it did nothing, so I decided I'd give it another shot. But I'm definitely glad to be putting this one behind me. Burnt urethra and all. And that being said, we'll be on to the next dare. Alright, so we have this gigantic balloon here, and we're about to get things popping. You get it, because it's a balloon? Okay. So what we're going to be doing first is filling up the balloon with this Gelli Baff. Gelli Baff is actually a completely different consistency than slime bath. It's going to provide a much thicker and more firm stress ball to play with. This is what a 6-foot balloon looks like before it's blown up. I don't really need to mention how dangerous this is going to be. Not like anybody's going to get hurt or anything, but if and when this balloon pops, my entire house is going to be filled with Gelli Baff. Now again, one of these Gelli Baffs is enough for an entire bathtub. So of course I'm going to absolutely overdo it and fill this thing up with like 5 of these things. Probably be keeping everything inside of the kiddie pool. I mean, that's what it's here for. Oh my gosh. Alright, we got a big fat sack of that green shit down here. But I'm gonna attach this to my sink sprayer and hang that over my counter right now and hopefully fill this thing up. Doing something. I don't want to put this thing on full blast yet because I don't know how well it's going to stay. But yeah, looks like it's doing something for now. Okay, just wanted to change positions real quick. Let's get back to filling this thing up. The tricky part is going to be after it's completely full, knocking it over into this thing. But that might all happen on its own anyway, so we'll see. Kristen just pointed out that what I may be making is a gigantic sex toy.
What the hell? Dude, no.
I think I might actually be able to have more fun with it if it's like this. Like, not quite 6 foot, but just big enough for me to like pick up and throw around and stuff. I want to throw it up into the air and see like if it can withstand the drop. Because it probably should, because it's supposed to be able to withstand the pressure of a 6-foot balloon. All right, you know what? I want to make it just a little bit bigger because I feel like that's how we're gonna get the most fun out of this thing. I want to see what kind of impact something about this size, or maybe a little bit bigger, can withstand. I want to test this thing's durability from different heights, and it needs to be small enough to where I can actually pick it up, so I'm gonna have to cut this thing off pretty soon because it's getting Yeah, that's gonna be pretty difficult to handle already. While it's up here, hopefully without dropping the damn thing, I'm gonna take all this stuff off and seal the balloon up. Oh my god, it is such a solid mass. No! Okay, the balloon has just fallen over the sink. I don't know if it's popped or anything yet. I'm gonna try to pull it back off. Oh, the durability of this balloon is unimaginable. Kristen just had to help me move my camera because I was monitoring this thing. This massive beast, it has a mind of its own. I'm gonna drop this thing now onto the kiddie pool. If it breaks, it was meant to be, but I don't think that it will. Other than it has so much weight, I honestly don't know if I'm gonna be able to pick it up and throw it much after that. So, that being said, here goes the heaviest water balloon I've ever fucking made. Oh my god! Alright, now I'm gonna pick it up and throw it into the air again. Hopefully, if I can even lift this damn thing. Whoa. Oh. Oh my god. If and when that does break, it's gonna make a huge mess. When it drops, the thing expands to the entire width of the kiddie pool and then quickly shrinks back up again. Well, this stress ball was pretty awesome. It's definitely way too droopy and heavy to actually be able to pick up. This will just stretch to infinity, it seems.
I don't even know how I was able to roll it onto my body. It's so heavy. Oh my god, I can't even breathe. Oh, ow, it squished my balls.
Honestly, this is a really, really durable stress ball. You could really wail on this thing for days, and honestly, I don't think it'll ever break. But maybe there is a limit to how big your stress ball can be. As you can see, I have a mighty blue ball right now. Sometimes your balls can get so big and so blue that it's honestly a bad thing. I don't know, I'm kind of at a loss with what to do with this thing now.
I mean, I guess I could just wait until I'm really stressed out and then pound on it.
Absolutely ridiculously comfortable pillow. To sum it up, Gelli Baff is like the perfect thing to make a stress ball with. Unfortunately, a 6-foot balloon is a bit much, and it'll probably stress you out more than anything because you're not gonna know what the hell to do with this thing. That being said, I am thoroughly impressed with how this balloon did not break. I absolutely expected it to break when I dropped it. But I'm definitely open to suggestions. What would you guys do with a giant stress ball like this? Because believe me, I can make a lot more of these. But in addition to what I should do with this, leave me your dares in the comment section. Make sure to like this video if you've yet to have done that, subscribe, bell me for notifications, and as always, I'll be seeing you guys as absolutely soon as possible with a new video. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.